My name is Maximus Decimus Meridius.
Hello everyone and welcome to QualityOldGames. Today we are having part 13 of the Imperium Surrectum campaign as Rome, and it seems the Punic Wars are raging hot here at the moment. And at the same time we are having some problems with our northern neighbors here. So next turn I think we are going to have a couple of fights ahead of us. So I think we cannot actually do too much this turn. Yes, so let's finish the turn and see what the AI is up to. Let's see if we can get some... Okay, apparently they don't want to trade with us. Okay, so it's going to be a city defense, and let's see. I think it would be quite beneficial to inflict any damage we can, especially since we are sacrificing quite a bit of quality troops, so... And I think the wall should be rather adequate here. Oh, and it's going to be a night battle. Fortunately, the amount of the siege equipment is rather limited. The timer is on our side, and so should be the towers. I think the Triarii are best at holding the walls here, and then let's have these guys pepper some of the enemies, and let's keep these guys in reserve. And actually you have no permission to fire at will, because we want those javelins to have as much impact as possible. And in case the gates will fall, I think we need to have some kind of reserve in here. And I think we should bring the cavalry here as well. So we should be having all of our troops in place, and let's see how the battle goes. Okay. So at least these are not epic stone walls. That siege tower is getting quite a few shots off, but let's hope that this battering ram at the very least will burn. Okay, good. And actually that siege tower as well. Oh, there is that zapping point, or zap point. Not good. Not good at all. So... I think we can bring in... the heaviest troops here to defend. And okay, so they are at the walls, and I'm really hoping that this battering ram gets destroyed as well. If it doesn't, I think we are in a bit of a trouble. Oh, actually, okay, this is new. So the stones are actually doing damage this time. So that's 1/6 of our troops gone. Just like that. And you guys can be in guard mode. And I think we can begin to throw some javelins on the enemies. And let's hope that the battering ram there will burn soon. That was actually a bit disappointing that we took such heavy casualties when the walls collapsed. And let's hope we can get some decent enough hits with our missiles. And let's see the situation in here. Based on the direction these guys are running, yeah, the ram burned down. So, if it were not that sapping point, I think our situation would be rather decent, but as it is, I'm afraid our position is rather weak at the moment. Okay. Seems first of our troops are starting to break. And it's going to be quite a journey for these guys to get into the battle. Perhaps it might be best to just bring them to the city center. And the situation looks worse and worse all the time. Okay, let's get these guys to the city center. We have inflicted at least some casualties, but of course the situation could be quite a bit better as well.
Your general now lies dead because of his foolishness. His men will lose heart.
Okay, so they broke right away. So let's see what we do have in the city center, and what these guys are doing, apparently nothing too bright. So perhaps I should have organized the defense here at the city center, actually. Well, at least we will remember that the next time. But it seems that the same thing applies to this mod that applies to the original game. And the gateway is still under our control, so we might get some nice shots off if the troops go the proper way. And actually these guys might get some damage from towers as well. Let's at the very least hope so. Or is it so that the towers are not firing this direction? It seems to be the case. Okay. Okay. So that didn't go exactly as planned. Yeah. So that's it. Well, we inflicted some damage, and at the same time we don't have that high upkeep anymore, but well, the Carthaginian resistance, or amount that resistance, was rather surprising for our first attempt to take Northern Africa. Well, a good thing that we used burnt ground there. So it's a little bit less that they have. Or rather, they have some building ahead of them. Okay. And Massilians are betraying us.
It's treason, then.
So a while ago they were still our allies, but it seems they have changed their allegiance. And they have rather nice area too. My problem is the general, who has absolutely no commanding experience. Of course, our troops are quite capable, so I think we can win this, but we should try to take down the enemy general as fast as possible.
Today is a grim day.
And it seems to be quite a bit of night battles. So, oh, I should have checked from which direction the reinforcements were coming. Well, since I don't know, and I'm not going to guess it, I think, well, it's going to be somewhere from this direction, I guess. But since I'm not basing my troop deployment on a guess, I need to organize a front, and with that I think I need to try to take care of the main enemy army. Oh, and we actually have a couple of these velites here. And one additional triary. Good. By the way, nice music.
The enemy have brought up reinforcements in a pathetic
Okay.
attempt to save themselves.
so it wouldn't have been possible to take care of the reinforcements first. So is this cavalry unit the general or something else? Okay, the general is here. And I think bringing in the reserves on this flank is the correct call. So let's start to bend the front a bit on this side. Perhaps that's a bit too little bending actually. Well, let's see. At least some of the pillars are being thrown. And these guys are turning to face this direction, which of course will be quite bad for them. Okay, good. They are breaking. Let's leave that one triaree to guard the flank there. And then let's get these guys to the battle. Okay, good. The cavalry actually is charging us there. I think we are soon in a position that we can unleash the Velites. Okay, those guys should be able to handle it quite nicely. And this time I'm not going to make any fancy maneuvers with the bodyguard unit. We have seen to which that's going to lead. And that's a couple of nice shots. Oh! A triaree broke actually. That's bad news. We need to bring one of these Principe units to aid. Until we can get those triaree. Oh, and right after I said that I'm not going to send the general to the battle, I'm doing exactly that.
Let this be the hour when we draw swords together.
Okay, so these guys are no longer fleeing. They can come to help, and of course, if and when we manage to deal with those, that enemy general, I think our position should be rather good. Okay, it seems our velites have broken. And it would be great if that general fell. Okay, good.
The enemy general is dead.
And that should make the battle quite a bit easier. Excellent. That seems to indeed be the case. Let's send some reinforcements there. This reminds actually me from the music of Rome 2 Total War. And now there is still that light cavalry trying to do some mischief. But overall, I think this battle will end up quite badly for our enemies. There won't be too many survivors getting away from the battle.
The enemy army is in
Okay,
fight.
good.
Pursue them and drive them from the battlefield.
So the enemy general should be rather surrounded. Let's bring in some reinforcements and chase down the enemy missile units with our general. And let's take care of the second enemy general as well. And that's it.
This is a heroic victory, worthy of Roman arms.
We took quite heavy battles, but I think it's okay since we wiped out 2 enemy generals and got a village or town for us as well. Okay, so Batavium should be ours, except there is another army. Okay, well, let's hope they are becoming a bit desperate. Since now they don't have a general and our general has begun to earn his spurs. I don't know if there is a saying like that in English, but at least there is one in Finnish. And the troop quality here shouldn't be too big. So let's fight the battle and see if there is going to be some other army still that want to fight against us. Okay, and finally it's going to be a day battle. And since the enemy is attacking us and there are not going to be any reinforcements, we could use the terrain to our advantage. Of course, there is not too much to use. And our lines are clearly a bit depleted. Okay, so some cavalry incoming and some skirmishers as well. Now the question is, should we move forward to engage? Yes, we should. And of course we can catch that general off guard. Would be great. Oh! And light cavalry broke artillery. That's interesting to say at the very least. Seems this fight is turning ugly. Oh. Quite soon. Oh, there is one enemy there still. And finally that cavalry is being driven off. Okay, good.
This is no way for a leader to behave, but in battle, it's beyond belief.
Are those archers still somewhere? Okay. They are breaking. Good. Oh, they're still running there. Okay. But they are actually pulling back, so... Okay, I guess at this pace it's going to take a while for these guys to recover from this defeat, or these defeats, rather. Then again, it's a long journey to Rome to retrain these principes. Fortunately, it's possible to retrain the Hastatis and Velites a bit closer, but Still, it's going to take quite a while.
Demands victory from her generals, and this day is clearly
And if there is
our victory.
going to be a third army, I think we need to pull back. Okay, so we got Batavium, and our financial situation is looking rather decent. So, before we can focus fully on the Punic Wars, I think... Oh. No matter about that settlement. So, before we focus fully on the Punic Wars here, I think we need and should clear out this northern Italy first.
General.
And it seems that largest enemy army is pulling back, which of course is good news for us. And let's get rid of this actually. No need to maintain it. And our poor army is really depleted here. Okay, so first let's get these guys going towards Arretium. Okay. Let's reinforce them a bit by these guys, so perhaps they can pass nice and quiet there. So, these guys to the Arretium and the rest to Rome. And we should be gathering a nice amount of troops there in Mutina. And let's continue the training. And then we need to do something about these guys in here, and since we don't really like mercenaries that much, I think we will use mostly mercenaries. Oh, and we have some troops here as well that indeed have earned some retraining. Now the only question is, can we get them away from here safely enough?
General. Imperator. Engage the enemy.
Okay, and these are actually quite quality troops. So we most definitely need to fight the battle on the battle map.
Hold the line! Stay with me!
By this time tomorrow, our sword arms will...
Okay, so
Await my infantry! Infantry!
unfortunately it seems we have only light infantry. But then again we have some cavalry that might be able to make a bit of a difference here.
Gods be praised!
And
The
even
reinforcements are here.
if they
Send
don't
them to
succeed...
fight. Dishearten the enemy.
Okay, so they are coming to us. And in that case, I think open ground will serve us best. Or then they are not coming towards us. Okay, fair enough. So, the plan is to engage with infantry and then circle behind them with cavalry and inflict some damage, and perhaps start the cavalry cycle after that. Okay, and they are already winded, so let's wait for a bit. Let's see if we could actually make the enemy move a bit with the cavalry warmed up. So with some luck they will give up their position there. And perhaps we should go a bit forward so we can begin that skirmishing already, and perhaps even tie the enemies in place. Okay, and the battle is about to be joined. And let's see if the enemy missile units are enough to beat our light infantry. Which of course would be quite interesting, but let's hope that our army will prevail. Of course, these mercenaries are so expensive that I don't really mind too much the losses we might be getting from this battle, if we win the battle. I think these spearmen are the most dangerous opponent, so let's try to take care of them first. And it seems the enemy missile units actually are almost beating our light infantry there. Okay, good. We can focus on the rest of the enemies now. And let's try to wipe this army out altogether. We don't want to fight any of them. ever again. Okay, and that's it. Suffered some casualties, but mostly for the mercenaries. Okay, that's great. And I'm afraid we have quite a bit fighting still ahead of us. Let's join forces. Let's take all the mercenaries we can into this army. And perhaps it wouldn't be bad to make some more reinforcements there. And that settlement is rather ripe for taking, excepting these two armies. So perhaps wiping these into breeze out will requiring wiping out those two armies, but after that it should be rather easy. Let's see. So we most definitely are not converting this settlement to become Roman. At the very least we can improve the movement in the area. Atria still not working for us. Let's make a shrine to Saturn perhaps at some day. And Mutina, well, perhaps someday. This let's try to Romanize it. And this settlement is Italic, that's not great. Here some issues with public order. We're actually able to help out, yes we are. And it's going to be a really long process to Romanize or Italize the areas there. Good thing that this army is actually moving towards our military units. We might be able to catch it and wipe it out. And then here... Okay, so we already are able to hire some units. Let's hope the situation will improve even further soon. And I think we should actually begin to retrain troops there. So, let's send these two units to Syracuse to be retrained, and I think the rest of the money needs to be saved. By the way, oh, our fleet is there, still safe and sound. Oh, and we have those elephants. So, let's hope this is going to be interesting.
The omens are not favorable, but that is an excuse made by the weak and feeble.
Okay.
Await my orders!
So, apparently the omens are against us.
Move to again! Ram! Drop the ram! Missile! Missiles! Missiles! Missile! Missiles! Units! Stand and fight! Units! Move! Move! Missile! Stand and fight! Hurry! Cavalry! Cavalry! Units! Hurry! Units! Hurry! Hurry! Units! 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 Fire! General! Infantry! Move!
Okay, and it seems the enemies are planning on camping on the city center, or perhaps they're not.
Our soldiers are at the gates. Now they must batter a way through.
This, of course, is
Our soldiers
really
are at
nice.
the walls. Now they must batter a way through. Our soldiers have done their work well. The battering ram has broken through the gate. Show no mercy. The enemy walls are down. Make sure their soldiers are
Let's hope
buried
they will
beneath the
come
ruins.
this way again. Okay. That's one enemy unit down. And these slingers... Oh, they are javelin men. Okay, that explains.
Infantry! Quickly! Infantry! Great gods! Our soldiers have done well this day. The walls are taken.
Unit General! Run! Cavalry! Unit! Unit! Missile! Move! Move! Missile! Missile! Stand! Missile! Missile!
So,
Unit!
it seems that the enemy is camping in here. So I think
Hurry! Hurry! Infantry!
that means that
Hurry!
we shall utilize our... Okay, apparently not. Well, at least the plan was to utilize our ranged units to their maximum capability, but that's apparently not working at the moment. Let's hope our elephants might be able to scare some of those guys off. And it seems it's difficult for the elephants to get inside, and actually since the city center is free, we might want to take it. Okay, and let's get these guys into position as well. And it should be game over for the opponents rather soon.
Fire at will, Commander.
Okay, nice.
Rome demands victory from her generals.
Some casualties suffered, but nothing too catastrophic. And I think we will exterminate. So, this is a rather nice base of operations for us. And we are actually converting the settlement. So that's just wonderful. Because this is a rather critical stepping stone for us when moving into the North Africa once again. Of course, we might want to take is this Corsica and whatever these islands are at some point. But before doing that, I think port will be needed, Roman recruitment, and well, those military buildings as well. And what's the cultural situation in here? So we might actually be able to turn Lilybium to kind of Italic faith. And we are soon able to begin recruitment in Eric's as well. Okay, so we are making progress in Sicily. I think we are going to have one more turn, and let's not forget our diplomat. So let's finish this turn and see what happens. Okay. Clubia will be besieged, and let's hope that those armies actually remain in North Africa instead of coming after us, for example, to Sicily. And they really don't like that Stalia. Of course, now we can use our mercenary army to get rid of them. And these guys clearly want to keep Batavium. Okay, I think several new opportunities have opened up for us in northern Italy because of those enemy army movements. And our financial situation is actually starting to look really great. They can riot all they want. Okay, so that was Execution Square. Apparently we are lacking the proper buildings for training troops. Or rather we are lacking the Roman recruitment. So let's make it. So at this pace Sicily is becoming quite a powerhouse for training troops. And let's see where that army is heading. That's going to be a rather difficult fight. Fortunately, we have some troops in the area. But I think those battles are for the next episode. Oh, and once again, a small army, but seems to be a really powerful one. So, I think Northern Front has something that we need to do for at the beginning of the next video, but this is everything for today. So thank you very much for watching. If you like the content, please leave a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Feel free to post comments, give advice, ask questions and so on. Have a great rest of the day.
May the Force be with you.
QualityOldGames out.